Bye. So, speaking of women, let's cover this. So, slutty mama, sorry kids, ladies, gentlemen, hugging her football son. Clip 33, not B. I'll play B maybe afterwards. I needed to censor this at first, because that's my style. It's part of my shtick is to censor things that may not even necessarily need to be censored. This is from Amiri King. She tweeted this out. Okay. Does anyone not think this is weird? And it looks like a white young man with curly dirly hair. Strapping young lad, football player at a football game. Looks like a high schooler, maybe. A big boy. But he has sort of a boyish face. Maybe college. I don't think this is the NFL. And then the young lady who is, according to this gal who's commenting on this it's almost like a TikTok video. There's a gal who appears afterwards commenting on it and say, this is not his girlfriend. This is his mother. And you see a tattoo on the gal's arm. She's dressed like she's going to the club, dressed like a prostitute, dressed like maybe a slut. Don't say that, kids. I guess. Little 12-second clip. Check it out. Censored. What?
That's his mom. That's not his girlfriend, that's his mom.
And this woman is like going wide-eyed, looking all crazy-eyed. Show it one more time, the censored version one more time for me. Hanging on him. Like straddling him.
That's his mom. That's not his girlfriend, that's his mom.
It's even edgy for a girlfriend to be doing that. So somewhat inappropriate. But nowadays you kind of expect girls, gals, attention-seeking people. And now, okay, cover your eyes, kids, faint of heart, weak men. Here's the uncensored version because some of you guys want to see what I'm talking about, I guess. This gal looks like she's maybe in her late 20s or early 30s or maybe even early 40s or mid 40s. Maybe even 50s. No, I don't think so. Here it is. Uncensored version, part B. Terrible. And she pushes him at the end.
That's his mom. That's not his girlfriend, that's his mom.
Okay, so maybe I shouldn't have shown that gal saying, that's his mom, that's not his girlfriend, that's his mom, in her crazy eyes. Looking all crazy. What a mess. Why is it censored, asks Robert Kish. Because I censor stuff because she's wearing these tight white pants and dressed like she's going to the club, has these high heels on. I don't censor the heels, but I censor the parts that she's showing off. Oh, she's in her 40s, says Kai in North Carolina. Whoa, mama, says it's part of my style to censor stuff, okay? It's funny. It's amusing. Gregatron gets amused when I censor stuff that doesn't necessarily need to be censored. She has face injections and fake eyelashes, notices Prince Vibes. See, the ladies pick up on these things. I didn't even know. She didn't fully straddle him, says Zenny. So, she's going up and hugging him and, jumped into, above his waist and legs sort of wrapped around him somewhat, or at least the knees pinching to hold up on him. And somebody was taking video. And she's in front of all these high schoolers dressed this way. Maybe she came from work. Where does she work? I don't know. Not saying anything. I don't know. Wearing this fancy club purse thing. And she looks the boy looks white. The young man looks white. But she looks a little chola-ish to me. I'm distancing myself as a white man from this. Maybe she's a white Hispanic-looking gal. Terrible. But I immediately thought of how JLP talks about mothers being what he said, the H word, sorry kids, for their children. He said that to Chrissy Mayer on her podcast, his recent guest from today's bottom of the second hour. So is that a white gal? Is that dyed hair? Show this. I don't know if we should show the censored version or the uncensored. We can show the uncensored version, I guess. Play it one more time, and then you can cut it off when the other girl jumps in. So one more time. You tell me if this is a chola, white Hispanic, or a regular white Anglo-Saxon Protestant girl. Here it is. Look at the side of the face.
That's his mom.
Okay. Was that a chola or a regular white? Distancing herself. Nah, I don't know. I don't care. I know the whites misbehave too. So the X replies, Twitter replies are interesting to me. I have some screenshots from them. It's called Slutty Mama Hug Straddles football player son is the name of this thing. So, ugh, mom, hug, tweet. Does anyone not think that's weird? I think it's weird. The body type is sort of more chola than, but slimmed down chola to me, and all tanned than a regular white girl. So maybe he's a white Hispanic. Oh, I should have censored that. Well, look at that. Come on. Okay. So does anybody not think it's weird? So Mathew, with one T caught in the middle, on whose show I've appeared multiple times, his YouTube channel. He's a veteran. Okay, next one. Says, not really. Parents and their kids on any and all of these elite football teams rejoice in crazy mannerisms. See, that looks chola to me. Okay. Who am I to say that they're wrong just because it's weird? So he admits it's weird, but who am I to say that they're wrong just because it's weird? But it's been the same for decades, says Mathew. Mathew with one T, caught in the middle, YouTube channel. Somebody said, if I look over at them, my first thought is they're a couple. She's doing something wrong. Mathew says, have you ever been to any town that really celebrates and pushes their high school football teams at all? It's a north, south, east, west, bipartisan ordeal. They just get crazy, heated, just highly emotional in general. Doesn't make it right, but it's common. He's more saying that it's kind of typical. This picture isn't weird to me at all, and I don't like MTG, he says. I'm like, wait, is that Marjorie Greene? MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the queen? I don't think it is. I don't know, can you show me in the corner? I'm kind of like... I don't think that was Marjorie Greene. I was looking for headlines. I didn't see anything about her. I don't know if she has a back of her shoulder tattoo like this gal does in a quite such the tan. And she looked a little bit younger than Marjorie Greene, the queen, who's getting divorced. And I disavow Marjorie Greene for divorcing and trying to be a female congressman and all that, you know? I appreciate her stances for the J6ers. Pray for the J6ers. So anyway, Zeke Arkham replies to Amory, somebody. I usually skip this part. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's a reference to something that I don't know. I'm sort of sheltered. Jeremy Bell mentioned that it's called emotional incest. Emotional incest. Some girl, Kimberly Klasick. Is that really Kimberly Klasick? Really? Of Baltimore? I don't know. Am I thinking that the right... I don't know what that is. I don't know who that is. But anyway, she said, boy moms who had them fairly young, different in general. I won't judge. The sons with young moms become their protectors in their teens. Oh, yeah. I became the protector. That's single mothers. Single mothers. Are single mothers especially bad about this? Maybe. Especially if their mother is still single. Oh, it's an interesting dynamic. Jeremy Bell says it's called emotional incest. It's when a mother goes to the son to fulfill emotional needs that a mom would usually go to a husband for. It's not physical necessarily, he says, but it still destroys the son, he says. Interesting. Del Ray Payne says, I went to Iraq, came back, and my mommy ain't never hugged me like this. And a crinkle-faced emoji is number 4, Hassan. My mommy, why do you call her mommy? This Del Rey Payne guy. Aliyah, number 5. I have 2 boys that play football and just know. So some of the mothers are disavowing this. Because this is extreme, even for mothers. Even an Italian woman is sort of distancing herself from this. And you know how Italians can be affectionate and clingy. And, oh, we're family. And the mother being the boss. Number 6, this person named growing_Daniel says, I think it's beautiful and should be normalized. What? Crazy. 7A, Hassan, 7A. Oh, terrible. I forgot to censor some of these things. This evil woman, in my opinion, says the real problem that this girl has, you know, the girl who comments afterwards, the young lady who comments afterwards saying it's not the girlfriend, it's the mother, says the real problem this girl has is the kid's mom looks hotter. What? I disavow that word. At 40-something, according to this person, than this girl who's commenting on it has ever looked in her 20-something years of life. Which, who knows, there may be a bit of jealousy on the part of this gal. But that's not, I don't think that's the real problem. I think that person's just being degenerate. This person, Kristen Special K, something like that, says the amount of people making this video sexual. I don't know. She's dressed sexually. That's dressed like I said, all provocatively. And then when you hug somebody like that, it's sort of at least loosey-goosey. I said the mother's dressed like a sex worker, acting sexual in front of what look like high school boys. Most ladies do nowadays. I get that. She had a husband or a little more sense, I responded. Maybe a strong father whom she loved. She wouldn't have that tattoo on her shoulder there or any of that mess going on. Terrible. No offense, by the way, I also tweeted. Shout out to the ladies with tattoos and dressing like they're going to the club at their kids' high school games. LC, go to 8A. 8A, this guy named LC said, my 22-year-old, 5'9" daughter, I don't know why he mentions her age and height. I mean, age, I understand. But height, I don't know why he says that. That's one tall, I'm not supposed to say glass of water, right? Terrible. You guys with your dirty minds. Runs in for a flying squirrel hug every time I see her. Same wholesome vibes, alleges this guy. Some people just ooze hatred and resentment. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's necessarily hatred and resentment. And so I look into this LC guy, the Yondan. He says that he's left of right, but right of left. So he's another guy who's caught in the middle. He looks like he's sort of a military guy, I guess. Oh, he's from UK. UK. Go to his profile in 8B and 8C. You can see him up close. He does look like he's from UK, all British looking. Is that normal British? Or is that not a normal Anglo? Is that not a normal Anglo? It might not be a normal Anglo. I said, that's not necessarily resentment or hatred, man. 8D. Whatever father-daughter relationship you have, man, with your 22-year-old, 5'9", tall young lady girl, go to 8D there, Hassan. I'm maybe different from this provocatively dressed mother-to-son relationship. It's not wholesome. It's all ego. As Mathew, caught in the middle, admitted, it's overexcitement. And this woman was showing off. Showing off. Terrible. Man, I forgot to censor those. The degenerate woman. So, that's gross. Moving on. Oh, I spent 15 minutes on that? Terrible.